My head's chopped off as well. Hello and welcome back to our channel. So it has been a year. It has been a year since I last uploaded a video, and a lot has happened in that year, to say the least. I put up a story on my Instagram. I think a lot of you have come from there anyway, and it was kind of, I think a Q&A would be the best way to sort of get back into this. There's a lot of sort of questions about what's happened over the last year. I thought it would be best to do it when Enya's not harassing me. I think she would have something to say about the fact that I'm going to sit down in front of a camera for a while and talk. Last time I filmed a video on YouTube, I was in a relationship with Enya's dad. I was about 2 stone heavier and I was unhappy. Now I'm 2 stone lighter, I'm single and I am happy. But I will crack on because I've been filming for 3 minutes and actually just rambling. So I will crack on. I don't know what this is about, by the way. I don't know what that's about. Anyhow, I'm so weird. The first question, what's the most challenging aspect of being a single mum? I think it's day-to-day life. I've become really well adapted over the last year, but it is really small things like I don't have a driveway, so I have to pull the car up on the side of the curb, put my hazards on. For example, when I've gone and got food shopping, then I can't leave Enya in the car on the side of the road, so I take Enya out the car, put her in the hallway, unload the food shopping, then get Enya back in the car, go and park the car, then come back to the house and bring all the food shopping in. It could be like when I'm taking Enya out and I've got my arms full of like coats, and then I've got her nappy bag on my back, and then Enya's decided to have an absolute paddy on the floor, so now I'm trying to pick up this toddler that's like a log, like just gone completely stiff, and I'm sweating, my heart is pounding, and I'm just like, cool, I got this. Advice for someone who's about to have a baby is just to take lots of videos. Videos are just such a good way of looking back at memories. Photos are brilliant too, but there's nothing like looking back on a video and actually remembering that whole moment. You'll pick up on like little things that happen, but yeah, take videos and lots of them. It's definitely worth buying more storage on your phone for videos. I think that's meant to be like, where do I see myself in 10 years time maybe? And would you like more children? Yes, I would like more children if I met someone. In 10 years time, that's a long time. Enya she'll be nearly 12, which is great. I spin a home, my forever home, not renting, hopefully a bought home, and my home for the rest of my life. And you'll be in school, so I would hope to be in like a settled career. And in terms of like relationships and having more children, yeah, of course I'd love to meet somebody and have more children. I never saw myself just having 1 child, so that's definitely something I would want if I met the right person. Has it changed you? Yeah, massively. It's whereas before I think I was I really depended on people a lot, not in terms of like money, but in terms of like security and feeling safe. I really depended on people a lot. I had really bad separation anxiety from my mum from as long as I can remember, and I feel like when I met Robson, it passed on to Robson. He was my safety net. So when I split from Robson, I was kind of thrown into this whole world of like, actually you've just got to do it on your own, and I was expecting my panic attacks to go crazy mad and for my anxiety to rise. But to be honest, I think once I sat in that control seat and I was just like, do you know what, I've got to take control of the situation, I just knew there was no other option for me. So it's changed me massively in terms of how I feel as a person. I feel so much more stronger, not just physically, no joking, but no, definitely has changed me in a good way. Actually, I'd probably say there's some bad aspects of it too, because I've got like relationship issues, trust issues, commitment issues, but we won't go into those. Next question, best toddler product that you can live without. I would probably say Mia, which is a My Hummy Bear. And honestly, we got gifted it when she was about 4 months maybe, and I haven't looked back since. We had a You in the Dream sheet before, which was great, but I had to keep going in and pressing his little foot every 20 minutes, which wasn't fantastic. But Mia goes everywhere with Enya and she's absolutely obsessed with her. My whole family know who. She's got her own identity, which is really sweet. And also she's just so handy. She's got all these really like helpful parts of her. So she's got this little heart inside which you can take out so you can wash the bear, which is you couldn't with You and the Dream Sheep. But also you've got an app on your phone so I can control Mia from my phone. So I don't use the white noise now, but I did when obviously Enya was a lot younger. So if Enya had woken in the night, I could literally, as lazy as it sounds, more practical than anything, go onto my phone, click the white noise and start it. I could also change it from white noise to rain music to like whatever, heartbeat music, change the volume of it, change the duration on it. Like, it was just incredible. She loves the teddy now. She goes absolutely everywhere with us. My little one is really clingy, and as a single mum I feel like I need a break. Did you ever try the cry it out method? So I can't say I did the cry it out method. I did a method when Enya was going to bed, which wasn't really cry it out, but I went into her room every 5 minutes. I was letting her cry. I wasn't going in as soon as she started crying, but I was leaving her every 5 minutes. I'd go back into the room, lie her back down, give her a dummy, say no night darling, and walk back out again. So she knew I was still there. It's not that I disagree with it, it's just something that I think I really hate the thought of anyone crying themselves to sleep, and I really hate that. So I think I've really been put off of it, and I know it works wonders for some people, so if it works for you then great, but it's just not something that I've personally done. By the sounds of it, you're talking about in the day, because you're saying like I just need a break, and your little one's really clingy. In the daytime, what I tend to do is if Enya's getting really difficult, sometimes there have been times where I've literally just had to close the door and walk away, because if you are a single mum and you get to that boiling point where you're like, you getting that stressed out is not helpful for baby either. Like, you're just adding fuel to the fire. If little one's screaming and you're like really pent up and annoyed, it's not going to help anybody. So actually sometimes just shutting that door, letting them cry for a couple of minutes so you can go make yourself a cup of tea, calm down, and then calmly go and resume with the whole discipline situation or whatever you're going through. That can make the world of difference. So maybe just taking some time out for yourself by just closing a door. I even sometimes put some music on just so I can like zone out from that cry, because from my Instagram you'll know Enya's cry is absolutely insane, and it really does drive me mental. So sometimes I even just have to listen to some music for a couple of minutes to calm down, and then I'll go and deal with her, and it just sort of takes that anger out of the situation, and you can then calmly just sort of like deal with it a little bit better. But I feel you, and it is really difficult, but it won't last forever. What is Enya's bedtime routine? Now this is a question I get all of the time, and more commonly since I showed, literally the other day I put up a video of Enya got out of the bath and she went to go and get all her bits ready for bed. So if it's something that people are actually interested in, I know a few people have suggested it, but it's to actually do a bedtime routine video. So I'm happy to do that if people want to see it. But basically I've had a routine established ever since Enya was like a newborn. It sort of goes something like this. So dinner from any time to 5 to 6, and then after dinner bath time from 6 till 6:30. Then after 6:30 she'll get out the bath, we'll have bedtime massage, blow dry her hair, because she's got a lot of it. I can't towel dry it anymore. I wish I could, but now we're blow drying. Bedtime story, and then she goes and gets her bits ready for bed. I find it's really important to let her know that she enjoys it. I'm like, right, go and get Mia and your dummy then. It's like a little bit of independence. And when she does that, she knows that's time for bed. And her dummy comes to me to go to bed. So that's sort of how her bedtime routine started ever since she was younger. I found during the summer, like now it's getting lighter though, that she is getting tired a little bit slightly earlier, which I find strange because the sun's coming up. So we're just slightly adjusting it. So she's going to bed at about 6:45 instead. Smells like the Sahara Desert. How do you discipline Enya? We are about to hit the terrible twos and I have no idea where to start. So the terrible twos is a term used when children hit that 2-year mark. There seems to be a lot of development that goes on, and I think it can be very frustrating for children and parents. To be honest, when it comes to discipline, I've only recently just sort of started with Enya. I watched way too much Super Nanny when I was younger, and I'm a big fan of having that time out break for her. So I'm really sorry if I'm unfocused, by the way. I keep noticing that my camera's trying to focus, so apologies for that. Enya gets disciplined for things like if she's smacking me. Smacking is completely not acceptable. Like hitting, throwing things, that's not acceptable. She'll get disciplined for things like that. Also, if I've asked her to do something multiple times, like not pull out all of the candles, and she keeps doing it and keeps doing it and keeps doing it when she knows she's not allowed to, she will get disciplined for that. Discipline system basically works as simple as this. She goes and sits in the hallway. there's no special cushion, there's no luxuries to being on timeout. Some people do have a special chair or a special cushion, which works fine, but it just means if she's sitting on the floor that I can take that anywhere I am. If I'm out in the park or whatever, there's always going to be floor, but there may not be the special cushion. So discipline works pretty much like that, and she's on there for 2 minutes. See, I come down to her level, tell her what she's done wrong. She can't say sorry. I think she's actually got something in her brain that stops her from saying sorry. She's never said it, and she won't say it, but she does give me a kiss and a cuddle, and that's when she knows she's like remorseful, I suppose. That's as simple as our discipline system works. It's hallway for 2 minutes, and then after that she can come off. But if she keeps getting off, the time restarts. She now knows that. She'll just stand there and stare at me at the door like, can I come off now, mum? Do you find time to date with having a toddler, and is it hard? To be honest, I'm not interested in dating at the moment, and I don't think I will be for a long time. I'm sort of on this like self-love journey. You know, everyone has one of those. I'm on mine at the moment. I'm sort of finding my feet about who I am as a person, because I was in a relationship from 15. I met Robson when I was 15. I got in a relationship with him when I just turned 16, 6 years, and then we split last year. And then I pretty much dated for the last year. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I gave myself time to even get over that relationship before I got into the next sort of like, not relationship, but before I started dating again. And now after my most recent relationship ended, I think I've really realised that I don't actually have an identity for myself, and I'm sort of on that journey at the moment. But I have done before, so in answer to your question, it is difficult because you seem to dating's really hard anyway, because you sort of have these people that sort of fit the category you're looking for, but then when you have children it gets even smaller. The pool of men get tinier and tinier, and you find yourself sort of going through like a filter process, as shallow as that may sound, but I think you have to when you've got children and children involved. It changes everything completely. So it's also like finding time as well to date. I mean, like Robson does have Enya Sunday and Monday nights, but they're also the next working day, so it's never going to be like an evening out and a few drinks. It's always going to be like a walk in the day or something, so that's fine, that's doable. I've been on dates with guys who haven't had children, but found they weren't as sort of understanding when like I can't just go and have a lovely weekend off, or I can't just ditch my plans and go and have a night out. My whole world revolves around having my daughter, and I have her all the time, so I don't have that drop of a hat, like drop my responsibility sort of attitude. I can't have that. I've never really relied on anyone to sort of babysit Enya so I can go out and have dates either. It's not really been my priority, so I would definitely say it's harder to date having a child. Will Enya be put into nursery? Again, this is a question I get really asked often a lot as well. She will be eventually. Right now there's no need for her to be. I'm apprehensive to put her in nursery. I've spoken to my sister about it, and she said, you know, it'll be great for her. She's a social butterfly, I call her. She's got loads of cousins and she adores them, and I think it would do her the world of good to start having more social interactions with other children. I think I annoy her a lot of the time. I'm not a child, so I don't have the same obviously attitude and mentality, and I don't have the energy to play with the same 5 blocks all day that she does. So I definitely think it'll be something that she will benefit from, but when we come out of lockdown, I will be looking for a nursery to put Enya in, even if it is just 1 day a week, just so she has that little bit of interaction with somebody else. Even though the mum guilt will hit hard, I know, but I know it will be good for both of us to have that like quality time when we are together. I'm about to have a baby. What's your go-to postpartum product? My go-to postpartum product. Oh, actually, here we go. Here's one. It sounds very random, but if you're getting a breastfeeding pillow for breastfeeding, fantastic, but it also has multiple other uses. So I used it as a ring for Enya to sit in. I covered it in a muslin square and then just sat in it. Great, worked wonders for me. She loves sitting in there. And also, after I had Enya, I had stitches, which I won't go into, but I sat on the ring and it relieved pressure from the area, and that really helped. So a breastfeeding pillow is my go-to if I was to have another child, just because it has multiple uses, and you can pick them up quite cheap. So I think I got mine off Amazon for like £12 or something. They're not that expensive either. Jeez. Right, if there's anything in particular you want to see, then feel free to let me know either on Instagram or below. I will pop my Instagram handle down below. If you're not from there, then you can go and check that out, because I post near enough every single day. But it is Monday tomorrow, so I hope you all have a lovely week, and good luck. You can get through this. We're all in it together. If you find yourself a little bit stressed out and needing someone to talk to, then again, my Instagram's below. But have a lovely week, and thank you for watching.